Hi, friends, and welcome to this wild experience. I'm just going to ask you to remain seated for now. So here we are in the tropical forests of Brazil with the senses wide open. You know, it's easier to rest in the moment when we're in nature. Always a new sensory stimulus, always a new sight, a new sound that anchors us in the moment. It's what's happening here now. So for me, walking, sensations that I label legs, close against the skin while I move, the sensation of the feet as they alternate stepping on the soft ground, the crunching of the dry leaves, the weight of the body. And for you, if your eyes are open, and the sights, what your memory labels path, trees, the play of light and shadow, the illusion of movement, my breath, and maybe thoughts about your own experience in the rainforest or at some other natural surroundings. So allow thoughts to come up if they want to, your memory, your imagination. It may be many miles away in the past and the future, but the thoughts themselves, the feelings, everything is happening right here, right now. So we're walking in the moment. And as I was saying, just notice the tendency of the mind, of the mental apparatus to name things, to differentiate. Oh, what kind of tree is that? Or where exactly are we? What does that sign say? Where does that other path lead? You know? Where are we going? So all these thoughts, all these ideas, none of this stuff is part of the moment. I mean, again, the thought themselves, yes, but the content, here, now, just walking, just the walking, just the listening, just the seeing. You notice how the mind wants to go there, wants to go to that place, wants to make it a reality. But still in direct experience, just the screen, just colors in a screen. That's the direct experience. So two levels here happening. So allow that to happen. Allow the mind to go into the environment, into the trip, into the journey, while at the same time just knowing what's happening. Yes, so we're looking at a screen, there are colors, but at the same time, you're like, ooh, look at that bamboo. Recognition, memory. Perhaps a related story comes up. Allow it to come. Allow it to come and go. And just keep going, allowing the mind to do its thing and aware of what's happening. Nice bath. I wonder what it's like to be there. I wonder, is it hot? Is it cool? Oh, look at that. A fellow traveler. And me, here, now, screen, colors, sounds. Perhaps I start hearing the sound of running water. Are we getting closer to the flow? Maybe a clue as to where we're going. We're getting closer. We're coming up to a special spot here. The sound of the flow is getting louder, and here we go. So this will be our special spot for the day, where we're going to continue our practice. There's a pool here, and this pool is usually filled with water. But the good thing is that we can come closer to that tiny waterfall now. Closer to So welcome to the flow. Just a few more moments with the eyes open, if they're open, to get in touch with the flow. Not only the sound of the water, but what you can see as well, the visual stimuli, the ripples, the reflection of the sun rays, the ripples reflecting on the rock, insects zooming by every once in a while. But for you, in this very moment, ultimately, just movement on a screen, colors. Notice the sound. Allow the sound of the water to anchor you to this very moment. Just stay with it. Perhaps at some point you feel like lying down or closing the eyes. Allow it to happen. Or if the eyes wish to remain open for a little while longer, okay, just remain with the flow. Remember, this will be our anchor for today's practice. No matter what we're doing, if you get lost in distractions, thoughts, memories, whatever, you can always make use of the sound cue, which here we label as water, the water flow, to get the attention back to the moment. If your eyes are closed, maybe you're really able to dive into the sound as your direct experience, as what's happening for you in this very moment. And maybe become that flow. Notice that there's different aspects of the flow as you slow down, yes? So there's a continuity, sure. But notice how there are, occasional splashes here and there. There are variations to the sound. It's not always the same. And so, what else is going on? What's the direct, actual experience? Are there other sounds in your environment around you? Perhaps sound at a distance. Maybe you were in a place close to a busy street and you can hear cars. Or in an apartment building where you hear footsteps on the apartment above. Or maybe there are people in your house, people speaking, talking, or other sounds, other noises. Notice what's going on. Or maybe you're wearing earbuds and there's nothing but the sound of my voice and the flow. Now, if the eyes are not already closed, I'm going to invite you to close the eyes. And let's go on and examine what else is part of this moment. There are sensations. Sensations we label body, fuzzy, amorphous sensations. The gentle, soft sensation we call eyes, closed or open. Nose, mouth, face. Any sensations here stand out? Head. So here maybe attention is moving from one sensation to the next, or maybe it's expanding to encompass more and more and more sensations. So can you keep going with an expanded attention? Can you keep going and just allowing attention to expand? The sensations and the sound, the sensations and the thoughts, an image of the body, constantly changing image of the body. It's part of the way we perceive. It's part of the way we construct the idea of the body, the idea of a me. So just notice, slow down and notice. Flow, the sound, the images. Notice how when I invite you to expand attention to include your shoulders, attention goes to the sensations, if there are sensations. And an image of the shoulder tends to come up as well. The same for the arms. The hands. Chest. Belly. Back. Are you in touch with the sensations labeled back? In the flow, the sound, the back of the legs, heels, feet, and attention has now expanded to encompass the entire body. So slow down. Can you detect the image of the body that comes up along with the sensation? Sometimes it's very, very subtle. It's very obvious, yes, but it's very subtle. It's subtle because we don't usually pay attention to it. It's a given. Take it for granted. It's very close. And most of the time our attention is out there. What happens when we slow down? We bring it closer and closer and closer, and we can see things that are closer, in a manner of speaking. I'm going to invite you now just to keep going, relaxing the attention more and more. Just keep breathing here now with the flow. Letting go of all limitation. Allowing the flow to take you. Be present with it. Present with the effect of the soothing sound of the waterfall. The effect it has on the body and the mind. Just letting go more and more. Time to start making our way back to the surface. The sound of the flow, aware of the sound of the flow. Any other sounds in the environment, sensations, thoughts. And when you feel you're ready, you can maybe start blinking the eyes open. Blink the eyes a few times, and then allow them to open. Look around, getting used to the lights, allowing the sense of sight to bring the sense of presence. You're here now. And maybe at some point start waking up the body, movements, a stretch. Oh. Oh. That's it for today, friends. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you next time.